Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Tammy Langowski and I am a clairaudient, clairvoyant, intuitive reader to your questions. And this is Tammy's channel chats. I come on weekly and give little messages that either viewers send in to me or sometimes I might just open up and see what our guides have to say. So I do have a couple questions today and I'm going to address those for you. They are, the first one is, what can individuals do, individual humans do to bring honor to source? I love that. Okay, so what can individuals, how do we bring honor to source, which is also slash God and, the higher power energy. So that's what we mean by source for those of you who don't usually use that term. Let me go ahead and just kind of open up a little bit to that and see what we have for you. How can we best honor source? I've already been connecting with my guides and I take time to do that before we start. So now I'm just going to go ahead and channel some information. Okay, what I first hear is always know that we're here. Collectively, that is the energy of source, the universe, God, your spirit guides and angels. We are always here for you. First things are wanting to say to that. So you can connect with us anytime. Many of you that are viewing this are very open to these ideas anyway and totally understand that, but this is what they're saying. So I'm just going to be repeating that to you. So we want you to know that you can connect anytime. It can be spontaneously. It can be sitting in a meditation where you are grounded and you are resting your eyes, he said, and opening yourselves up to communication and to connecting. So best ways to honor source by doing just that, they said. So that would be through meditation. Conscious connection is something that really elevates that. So there are things that you might do with throughout the day where you're connecting with source, whether you're out in nature or you just have a feeling and you're kind of taking a moment to connect. We really, really love it when you make it a conscious choice to connect. It is a little bit of a stronger vibration. It means that you're really present, not only on the earth plane, but with source as well. So it means your intention is very strong. So again, we would emphasize, I'll let them show me pictures. Yeah, they're sitting in a meditative kind of pose to show me in that. And they're going, So that might mean when you're, daydreaming or just thinking, but those are still kind of intentions when you are wanting to really tune in. When you are verbally asking us to be there and you're asking for help, whether it's through God as the word God or source or guides and angels, maybe even your loved ones and spirit as well. We are all here to help you. Plethora of help of angels and light workers and beings on the other side, so to speak, that are just excited to help you and to work with you. So best ways we can honor is really, well, they're also saying to honor yourself, yourself as the creator. That might even go to the top of the list there from what we just talked about. Honoring yourself. So in meditation, you can do those things as well. Chanting, they're telling me, is something I don't usually practice, but they're saying that. Certainly affirmations, which I do believe in. Our guides love them, so I use them often. Because again, that is acknowledging source within you. So when you acknowledge yourself and love yourself and give yourself those hugs, those energetic hugs and verbal messages that you're doing a great job, that is honoring source. It's honoring God within. It is honoring source. And they're showing me all this applause. So when they see that, they're up there applauding you for that endeavor when you're taking time to do that. And just making sure you're listening to yourself, we would say, is another way to honor source. Really listening to what comes in for you, what your fears might be, what your concerns might be, and paying attention to emotion and what is being stirred within you. Because this is why you're here. You're here to learn. So we see that, and they say that is honoring source. So that's what I'm getting for that question. I rather like what they had to say. I think it's really nice. Okay, so the other part was, let's see, what can viewers do to find their centered selves, like higher selves and soul self? Any suggested practice? So what can we do to find our centered selves, our higher selves? Again, it's pretty much probably what you would expect. They're showing me again quiet times of contemplation, i.e., meditation, perhaps daydreaming. Those are things that's going to bring you back to centered self. Breathing, connecting to nature, connecting to the beauty marks from God and source, which is Mother Nature and things out, trees and plants and etc. Animals. All those things are in the waters, whether oceans, rivers, valley, I was gonna say valleys, yeah, valleys too, mountains. All of those things are the reminders, the visual reminders. They just showed me smells too, the smell of it, right? Of that connection. So what can you do to connect to, I just want to make sure I'm reading this right again. Yeah, to find your centered selves and just those things, practices, and allowing yourself to have time to do those practices, which is easier for some, not so easy for others, depending on what you have during the day. Again, we ask, just like in many things that you want to do that are healthy for you, but you think I don't have time to do it. Give yourself just a little bit of time, the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes, those little snippets of time, they do add up, sort of like exercise, what they say about too. If you just can do 10 minutes of exercise here and there, if it's something that's, you can do that's healthy for you. So the same would be said for this as well, how we can connect, to honor our higher selves and so forth. Okay, and any suggested practice, I think we kind of answered that a little bit. So, just like we were talking about, those quiet times, contemplation, and giving yourself credit. Our guides often say that in sessions, and I've said this before, that you know resting our ideas and resting on gratitude is important as well, and also crediting ourselves at the end of the day. I would say that's a really great way to honor ourselves and a practice. So you've said your gratitude, your head hits the pillow, the things you're grateful for today, and then add in what you're crediting yourself for doing today that you felt was really good. So it could have been you just went down your to-do list and you got things done. Make sure you're kind of, ticking off those those chores that you did, those jobs well done. It could be what you did for somebody else today. It could be that you're feeling really good today, and knowing what you might have done in a healthy way to get you there to be feeling a certain way. So give credit where credit is due, they're saying. And I do believe that's really super important. It kind of just seals the deal a little bit. So taking time to do that, I think, is another great practice to really honor ourselves. Okay, that's kind of what they're giving me for that. I do hope that's helpful information for you. Wow, we're already at 15 minutes. That went fast. Okay, so any other thing that you just want to say, guys, quickly then, for our viewing audience today? Just make sure you're listening to who you are, what is important to you. What's important to you? That's something we don't ask ourselves that often. What's important for me today? And each day we could ask it just like that. What is important for me today? I've talked before about a book I'd read many, many years ago, 1 Minute for Myself, I think it was, that really it's kind of a game changer when you think, okay, ask yourself, what is it at this moment that I could do for myself to, I don't know, make myself feel better or better myself, or help me. And often you will get those answers dropped in, whether it's your higher self or your guides are actually coming in to take that opportunity to give you some information. So that is what I have for you today. And once again, I hope that's helpful for you. Thank you so much for those lovely questions. And again, I'm always, open to receiving questions to ask about, ones that kind of serve the whole, in a sense, those kind of subjects. I am open for readings as well through phone call or Zoom. And you can find me at tammysintuitive.com. I have a contact form there. You can reach me that way. I do have another YouTube video or channel with Julie Hawkins. It is called Two Psychic Moms with the number 2. And we welcome questions as well. So whether it's through Tammy's channel chats or Two Psychic Moms, you know, hopefully you're viewing both of them and getting some different kind of perspectives. So thank you once again, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Be good to yourself. Oh, I just heard cry when you need to. You know, cry is a good release. Crying is a good release, we're saying again. It doesn't have to be sad. It can just feel like it feels good to cry. It's an emotion you signed up for coming into this lifetime. So exercise it when you need to. Some of us are very stoic by nature, and we carry on, even maybe when we feel like shedding some tears. But the tears fall. It's what you do with it afterwards. You know, that's the cleansing, the release. And then as long as you take a look at what that was about, and what do I need to learn from that? He said, just an exercise for you. Okay. All right. Thanks again so much for tuning in. Much appreciated, and loving your likes and subscribes. If this is of value to you, please share. I would greatly appreciate that. So take care. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.